Welcome to Reality Narratives. If you're ready for some captivating mysteries, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your thoughts along the way, so drop a comment below. What spine-chilling tales would you like me to narrate next? Stay tuned for eerie encounters and thrilling stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Let's keep the suspense alive. A long time ago, I used to be a park ranger for a national park. Well, because of this story, I have quit, and I do not want to go to a national park again. This park in particular, national park, had a cabin for me to stay in. I remember it being pretty homey and cozy, so after my shift for teaching, I was just hanging out in my cabin. This particular night, I was wondering if we knew so much about the area as we thought we did. If there was something out there that wasn't discovered. Maybe we just hadn't found it, or it had wanted to stay hidden, hiding away from humans and any other civilization. Would they be smart enough to recognize to avoid us? If so, why were they avoiding humans? What I was thinking of was a far stretch to just people not finding out about another subspecies. But this day, someone had came up to me. They looked frightened about something. Something they had seen, or perhaps something they had heard. They played an audio clip of a high-pitched maniacal screaming. Sounded like a woman screaming out for help, but also sounded animal. Like on the bridge of being human and not. The one who played the audio clip asked what animal could have made the noise. I said I didn't know, and that it was nothing like I had heard before. The person was confused, and so was I. That noise is what made me wonder if there were other things that we don't know of. Although right now my thinking was cut short. I could hear almost the exact same screaming noise coming out from the woods. This time it didn't just sound like an animal. It was a blood-curdling scream. Loud enough it made my skull shake inside of my head. Then in the corner of my eye, through the glass sliding door, I see an animal run past the door. Or I think it was an animal. It was more humanoid, like it had a human-ish body, but was bent down on all fours, running around like whoever it was thought they were an actual wild animal. I grabbed my flashlight to see what it was. I don't know what made me, though. Perhaps it was my curiosity or my ignorance for what I would soon see. I stepped out of the sliding glass door, shining my light around, trying to see what was there. I saw shaking in the bushes. I stepped closer, although not willing to get any closer to whatever the thing in the bushes was in case it was dangerous. I heard a ticking sound. It sounded like bones clattering. And there I saw the animal. Its head was the skull of a deer. Its skin had been completely stripped from the deer, but somehow it still survived. It still was alive. Its jaw, as it stared at me with no eyes in their eye sockets. But something deep into where the eyes should be, there was a white light still glittering. Its body ascending out of the bushes as it stood up on its hind legs. It was taller than me. It looked like it was trying to mimic me. I tried to make myself look bigger, but this animal showed no fear of me. Its jaw shook as it laid straight down. Out of the abyss that seemed to inhabit its mouth came out a long, dark red tongue that came out its mouth. It stared at me like a dog as it ever so slowly inched closer to me. I could sense the fear within me. As it stared dead-eyed at me, its mouth hung open, and its tongue stuck out like a dog. Fuck it, I thought. I wasn't going to get ripped to pieces by whatever I was staring at. I swiftly turned around, confusing the beast as I rushed as fast as I could to the cabin. I let out a sigh of relief, realizing that I had left the door open. I ran as fast as I could, but it was like there were dark shadows behind me chasing me, whispering out to me and grabbing out to get me. Everything felt in slow motion as I ran. I could still feel the sickening bone-clanking noises that this horrifying humanoid deer thing was making. Every second the sound happened again. Every second I felt that same horrible noise in my ears. It made me want to explode inside. To wish that I could wake up and everything, including the monster, wasn't real. I could feel my hair fly around as I ran as fast as I could. Adrenaline rushed through my veins at the very moment, just reaching out for the safe haven that would be inside the cabin, with nothing like that inside it, separating me from the very horrors that I was face to face with. I stepped foot through the sliding glass doors and I slammed it on the thing. It did not try to open the door. Instead, it only stared at me with its hanging jaw. It came closer to the door and then it began to lick the door again and again. The window was completely wet and I could not see through it anymore. And then I heard it slowly walk away into the horizon, far away from me, I hope. And I never see anything like it again. Now I have no idea what I saw then, but if anyone has any idea of what it could have been or have any reasonable answer to this, please let me know. Because I don't know if that thing somehow escaped the depths of hell into our world. I would believe it. And it had this terrible smell of rotting flesh. It looked dead, like a body that had been suddenly reanimated. The next day I quit my job as a park ranger, and I will never come back again. V.